Yo, top of the morning to you, rest of the day to you. Know what time it is. We need some biddles. In the meantime and in between time, there's a lot of things, people request for me to talk about and give me, some inspiring topics that I should shed light on. And I want to oblige, I do. But the simple fact is you ain't in charge. So I'm here to talk to you today about working to get ahead and not just working to keep from getting behind. What I mean by that, I'm going to explain, but it just wouldn't even be right if I didn't bring the choir in. So, without further ado. Yo, what up out there? Top of the morning to you. It's your boy, Big Dollar. Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe. Hell, hit the herb. Just don't hit me, because I hit back, shorty. Why don't you go ahead and tune into your player partner, get some of this game, because it's for free, and I got everything you need. So holla at a player when you see him in the streets. All right, check it out. For me, this subject hits on a personal note, and it goes all the way back to grade school. And what I mean by grade school, I mean the actual first school you was at where you got a letter grade. You understand what I mean? An A, a B, a F. You know what I'm talking about, right? So when you got those type of marks, that's when this started for me. And I realized early on, due to Minnesota's testing, they have testing that place students in their parameters. We got a class for students that's a little bit below the mark. We got a class for students that are average and right on the mark. And then they had classes, AP, honors, advanced placement, those type of classes for students just a little bit above the mark, a little bit before their time or whatever they judge you're supposed to be at this specific age, whatever. It's Minnesota big. It might be another state curriculum, whatever. But up here, that's how it go. Now, I realized early on that I was in the above average mark. I ain't bragging, and that just happened, And so what I would do is realizing that when I had those average classes, I'd slack off. I'd slough off, knowing that the final mark doesn't come out for 2.5 months. I'd let my grades get all the way down to like D-, D+, C-. And then for the rest of the final part of the semester before the mark, I'd come back and work real hard to keep from being behind. For that final mark, you can't go home with an F. You understand what I'm saying? So that is where I learned this early on. I was working to keep from getting behind is what I was doing. It's like people who only go to the gym when they have gained a little bit of weight. They don't go as a preventative measure to keep themselves from gaining weight. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like me, I could stop working out for 6, maybe even 7 months, and then I still won't be getting behind. But I'm working to stay ahead. I'm working to look to that next level. You know what I'm saying? In school, what that would have equated to is I would have been grinding to get that better grade. Because even when I did try, and I tried the full semester, I still only got like the B+, A- mark. You understand what I'm saying? Right? Because some of my classes were honors. Some of my classes were AP. So I still only, even trying throughout the whole semester, I still only got that mark. Now, if I would have been trying to work to get ahead, there's no telling how far the marks could have been. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're working to get ahead, it's like working for maintenance. It's what we call in the fitness industry is maintaining exercise. You're exercising to maintain the balance that you already have, which is getting you ahead. Now, how this transpires to financial, which is really, in all honesty, what this conversation should be about, right? So, obviously, if you're working to keep from getting behind, every month you are just trying to tackle debts, right? Yeah, you don't want to be behind in them debts. So that's what you out here doing. You working to keep them from piling up on you, getting up on you, okay? On your bumper, you dig? So, instead of that, if we could figure out a way in our spending strategy and our budgeting strategy or even our earning strategy, because it's only 1 or 2 ways you can tackle debt. You either need to spend less, I pause for dramatic effect, or you need to earn more. It's only 1 or 2 ways you could do it. And I don't care what kind of mathematics you got over there, but every time I drop down, I carry the 1. So it's only 1 or 2 ways that you can tackle debt. And that's to get your behind off you. You know what I'm saying? You're working to keep from getting behind. See, and then if you're working to get forward, right, to get ahead, that's when investing comes into the conversation, because that's a person that has figured out how to knock this debt off and how to keep it at a manageable level to where it ain't got to talk to me crazy, okay? I don't want it talking to me crazy, okay? I don't know what that is, but it can get nuts on its back too, okay? All right? So the person that's investing is the one that's putting money forward to gain. So we're working to get forward. We're no longer working to keep from getting behind. We want to get that mind state. It's a state of mind. Just like there's poor thinking habits, there's poor spending habits. You can have poor habits with your money too. So when I come on here and I talk to you about thinking habits and all these other exercising habits, and it's habitual. We are habitual creatures to where our mind attain this autonomy from what we consistently do. So if this is something we think about, when we look in the mirror, I was brushing my teeth this morning, that's what made this subject arise. I was brushing my teeth this morning and I said, yo, we got to work to get ahead. We can't work to keep from getting behind. That's like hustling backwards. Like, man, yeah, all I'm trying to do is make this back little hustling bubble so I can pay those people back. No, bro. No. We shouldn't be doing that. What is that? I got gas. These gas prices, you got to always check and see if you need a few drops. You never know when you're going to have to pull up and get you a few drops out here. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm finna go get to my biddles. I got to have that in my system. You know about me. I'm not the same without it, okay? But really think on what I was just talking about, working to get ahead instead of working to keep from getting behind. If you adopt that mindset to where you thinking about that now consciously, you like, yo, I gotta do something, because I need to be ahead of the ball. I don't need to be behind the curve. And if you in the right lane and you just working to maintain, hey, kudos to you, and we glad you out here, but turn it up a little bit, because that's what we about, right? What else we about? We about peace, we about love, and a little bit of them hippie drugs. And don't you ever forget to holler at a player when you see him in the streets. Peace.